I will not speak for the experts today. I know you all have your questions, so make use of the comment section as Daktari joins me virtually all the way from Kisumu City. But first, before we actually start this conversation, let me bring you up to speed with what is currently going on, and concerns are growing over the resurfacing of monkeypox, a viral disease that is caused by rodents and transmitted from either animals to human or a contaminated human to another. After a number of cases have been confirmed in several Western African countries as well as other nations, Shalin Mwende put this story together, and then we can hear Daktari's comments on this same disease. Take a look.
Since early May 2022, many countries in Europe as well as Australia and the United States have reported an increasing number of monkeypox cases, a disease that is raising concern across the world. What exactly is there to know about the virus? Monkeypox is a viral disease that has been termed as a cousin to smallpox that was first discovered in monkeys that were under research back in 1958, while the first human case was identified in a child in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, in 1970. It is either transmitted from animals, specifically rodents, to humans, or from a contaminated human to another. In humans, it is communicable via body fluids, respiratory droplets, and contaminated material. The symptoms of monkeypox are more similar to those of smallpox, such as back pain, muscle pain, rashes, small bumps, blisters, scabs, or scars on the skin, fever, chills, headache, and vomiting. The symptoms appear 5 to 21 days within infection and can last up to 2 to 4 weeks. Monkeypox can be prevented through avoidance of contact with animals within monkeypox-prone areas, contact with infected people, and isolation of monkeypox patients. Even with the similarity between both viruses, the main difference is that monkeypox comes with the development of lymph nodes, which are non-existent in smallpox patients. The virus is said to affect the younger age bracket more, as opposed to the elderly in the society. African countries which have been affected include Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, and Cameroon, while countries outside Africa that have been affected include the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, among others. Despite the social unrest due to monkeypox, the World Health Organization has confirmed that there is no cause for alarm, given that the chances of transmission are low. Shalin Mwende, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Well, of course, just a glimpse of what monkeypox could be all about. I'm not the expert, so we got you, Dr. Wycliffe Moracha, joining us virtually all the way from Kisumu County, and he is a tropical travel and infectious disease specialist. We're looking forward to this conversation to learn more. Like we have heard from, of course, our reporter, WHO says there's no need for panic, there's no cause for alarm, but wasn't that what we heard when COVID-19 began? I mean, everyone seems to want to understand what then monkeypox is all about. If you just type monkeypox on Google right now, so much information will be popping, including the fact that the outbreak was confirmed on the 6th of May 2022. Daktari, it's good to have you, and I wish not to speculate because you're already here. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for creating time, Daktari. A lot of people right now, especially now that we are getting information that monkeypox is in certain African countries, the question would be, before we go even deeper into its spread, really how it spreads, because some people even saying that it could spread through sexual intercourse, among other means of transmission. Let's start by first understanding what really is monkeypox. Please put this into perspective.
All right, thank you very much. Monkeypox is a viral zoonosis, and by zoonosis, I mean it's something which is transmitted from animals to humans. And like I said, it's a virus. It's a viral disease, and also it has symptoms which are very similar to those we saw in smallpox just way back. So it's actually known as monkeypox because it was first it was gotten first from a monkey. That's long ago, like in 1980, and that's why subsequently it has been referred to as monkeypox. Even though currently there are no proofs of it emerging from monkeys, but still, when you look at its structural appearance and everything, it's the same virus which was extracted from the monkeys. Yeah. So basically, just like other viral diseases, it's infectious and it's an infectious disease, and it has also been seen to be transferred from human to human. So origin is from animals to humans, but currently we see it being transferred from human to human via different ways through respiratory droplets, and also sharing of things like bedding and clothing. Yeah. So human to human transmission is actually you have to be very, very close for you to get the droplets, because droplets are a bit heavy.
Okay.
So for them to be transferred through the air, you have to be in a close proximity over a certain period of time. Yeah.
Dr. Ari, thank you for, of course, touching on the transmission. We're going to come deeper into clarifications on other means of transmission. But first, just create a picture of really, you are in the field. A lot of information now on social media and media for that matter. But we just want to understand from statistics and how you have been, in the field medically. What are we looking at, really? How fast is the spread?
So far, we've seen the virus does not spread that fast.
Okay.
But something of concern is that it's being seen where the region where it's not endemic. You see, for example, if this thing we've had it in Africa for quite a while, especially in the West Africa region and Congo, but when you see this virus in a place where it's not naturally located, like endemicity, area of endemicity, that's when it's of public health concern. For example, we saw it begin from Europe. People were not happy, especially when they were using African pictures. It's of concern because where it has been found, there's no evidence of like the presence of things like monkeys or things like, for example, people who have traveled or something. There's no history of travel, so it's something which has raised concern, because we really don't know exactly the origin of this virus. Yeah.
All right, just to get that clarity, of course, some headlines, had, wordings like monkeypox virus outbreak, quote unquote, not normal. That is according to, certain countries like Czech, etc. Is this what you mean then that has caused a bit of alarm? Because you're saying it did exist, but the fact that it's now being, seen in other countries that were not, seen as quote unquote not normal. Are you saying this then is the cause of alarm? Just to get clarity on what you said earlier.
Yeah. Basically, that's the cause of alarm. When something is emerging from a region which is not like expected to emerge, it's something of concern.
Okay.
In the public. Yeah.
So what does this mean then? What is what are the scientists saying? What is then the assumption right now? What could have been the cause of this? What are we looking at medically, really, now that we did not foresee it happening in these particular countries?
Yeah, so the scientists, basically what they are doing, the investigation is ongoing as to the origin of this virus, just to contain it, yeah? Okay. And then, of course, there's this call for public health, measures to be taken because for every pandemic, there's a formula of containing the pandemic. For example, we saw with the COVID-19, there are things we did that we are not used to, like social distancing, washing of hands, wearing of masks. So in this same thing, since it's known on how it's spread, that's where the message is. Like, for example, in this monkeypox,
yes,
there's not to be spread from human to human. So that means in those regions whereby the virus has been found, public health is there's a call for the public health to take precautions. and in areas whereby people have been found to have the disease, they are isolated, and the medical attendants who are attending to them, basically they have to wear like a protection, and people who are collecting samples to take to the labs have to be protected well for containment of this virus. Yeah.
Let us take us back to the transmission. There's so much information out here. We need your expertise and understanding. You've said the beddings, etc. What would you say about the sexual transmission, really, among others that seem a bit, difficult or complex for a normal Mwananchi to understand?
Yeah. So transmission is a very important aspect of this virus. So like I mentioned earlier, the origin of the transmission is animal to human, which we call zoonotic, which basically occurs from direct contact with blood, body fluids, and mucosal lesions of infected animals or even dead animals from this virus. And also in Africa, we've seen evidence of monkeypox virus in regions, in African region, and that included things like squirrel, infection from the squirrel to animals, to humans, maybe from even things like rats, non-human rodents, and also, of course, the natural reservoir, which is the monkey, has not been identified mostly, actually, even lately in the most cases we've seen. Yes. So even things like eating inadequately cooked meat, or even other product of infected animal is a possible risk factor.
Okay.
And also people living near forests and stuff, especially in Africa, have also been found to be in a higher risk of being exposed to this virus because it's a zoonotic virus. Okay. So human to human transmission also is another thing which you should take precaution. Like I mentioned, it's like when I'm speaking to someone in a close proximity over a period of time, I'm likely to transmit this virus to that person. And also contact, like I mentioned earlier, things like clothes, bedding. When we share, we're likely to transmit this virus. Yes.
You still haven't given us that clarity. I know we're looking forward to if he's going to talk about really if it's sexually transmitted. But of course, those are speculations.
Yeah.
We don't know if you can get do you have the authority to clarify this?
All right. So far, it has not been confirmed that it can be transmitted sexually. But men who have sex with men have, most of them actually, the large population of people who have been found to this pox virus, a good percentage have been men who have sex with men.
Okay.
But it has not been if it was transmitted sexually or something. Yeah. But investigations are ongoing, and as evidence is provided.
All right, one very key question that, of course, now is a matter of concern. Having, of course, told us that this has been in existence in certain part of, the world, the question would be then, is it a deadly disease? And at what stages do we see certain symptoms? What symptoms are we looking at as well? You've seen them, closely related, or they say, quote unquote, cousins with smallpox, chickenpox. So we could see a bit of those, but really you'd want to take us through the symptoms and really to the extremes. Are we looking at a deadly disease, therefore, Dr. Ari?
All right, thank you. The incubation, I'll start with the incubation period of this virus. That's basically from the time you get infected from up to the time you show symptoms. It's usually from 6 to 13 days, but it ranges from 5 to 21 basically. So this infection is divided according to WHO, can be divided into 2 periods. That's the first one between 0 to 5 days, which is characterized by fever, intense headache, and also swelling of the lymph nodes. Other people can manifest in forms of back pains, muscle aches, and also people feeling tired. So we can hear someone complaining, I lack energy. And also, things also like on the body, you can see lesions appearing on the skin,
yes,
which can confuse us with measles or chickenpox. And then when you've reached 1 to 3 days third day, that's when you start seeing the eruption on the skin, the lesions on the
Okay.
skin. Yeah. And then the concentration of most of those rashes, they tend to concentrate on the faces, also on the hands and on the abdominal region or the trunk. Yeah. So it can also affect regions like the mouth, the oral cavity, genitalia, and also the eyes in areas we call the conjunctiva, as well as the cornea. Yeah, so basically those are the main symptoms. And then the lesions can eventually dry up and
Okay.
forming of, and then they fall off. Yes. So mostly this disease is self-limiting. By self-limiting, I mean it goes away by itself.
Okay.
But in some cases, it has been seen to like to form complications that include bronchopneumonia, things like sepsis, encephalitis. So and in some cases we've seen people even dying. Yeah. So historically, from the beginning, the percentage of death was like up to 11%, but current the case fatality ratio that means the people who are infected and those who die is around 3 to 6%.
Okay.
So the severity of this the death is not still high,
All right.
but that does not mean that we stop being we put our guard down, but we should be still vigilant because like we saw the other pandemics, they began slowly, but as time went by, we saw the things it was able to bring. So we should be very vigilant and adhere to the public health measures. Basically, that's what can help us curb this or stop the spreading of this infection.
Dr. I wish to, through you then, challenge the medical fraternity this morning. Really, as a Kenyan, I'm curious if most Kenyans were not aware of the monkeypox until now, the same way you wouldn't hear of COVID-19 until it's close at home. Don't you think we are a bit reluctant on some of this, pandemics? If this sensitization was done earlier, is this the kind of, health system we're looking at? Are Kenyans aware of certain possible, existent diseases in this country? And what then do you think could have been the government's step? Because you're saying it existed in other countries. But unless I'm in the medical fraternity, I wouldn't know as a Kenyan until it's closer home. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on this is that the government should concentrate on preventive measures, like what you said, sensitization, and teaching people and bringing the knowledge on these emerging and re-emerging infections. Actually, what brings about these things is of something we call One Health. One Health basically is our interaction with the environment and animals. Like you notice, we are getting very, very close to the environment and to animals. Long time ago, people never used to have pets, actually. They never used to live with animals in that close proximity. But currently, you see, we're even going and even destroying forests and living in the forest.
Absolutely.
Animals close to us. We are going deep into the environment. So we have something what we call emerging and re-emerging. So re-emerging basically is things which were eradicated, but they're coming back. And emerging are now new things which existed but never used to cause disease. For example, like the COVID-19 we saw, and this monkeypox. So the government should actually put weight on how to spread the message about the preventive measures, looking at the increasing current of the emerging and emerging diseases.
All right, thank you very much for that very honest remark, because really, if we were to sensitize people about COVID-19 when it actually strikes a country, you know how that progress was slow in actually being able to contain COVID-19. It's just a challenge. But we're looking at the treatment, really. There has to be some treatment, measures already put in place. what are we looking at? Is it, we could see some home-based care for COVID-19. You do know our health facilities might not be very efficient from what we saw during COVID-19. What treatment does monkeypox actually, demand?
Yeah. So for monkeypox, basically it treats symptoms. Just like we began with COVID, we're treating symptoms. If someone has a certain symptom, that's what you concentrate on treating. Because we don't have like a specific drug which has been said to treat this monkeypox. So basically, what is like encouraged in these patients, you just hydrate them, give them plenty of fluids, food, balanced nutrition, I mean, for them to be healthy. And also, in case of any secondary infection like bacterial infection, you have to treat as indicated. There has been an antiviral agent which has been in study. They're still looking at it for the possibility of being the drug of choice for treating smallpox. It's called tecovirimat. It is being used on certain patients, but we can't say like it has been proved to be the drug of choice. As of now, we can't say there's a specific medication, but this drug is the one which is unfortunately it's not widely available.
Okay.
It's so that should pose a danger to us, but we don't have these things yet, so we should be very vigilant about this disease.
And I see you are actually, urging us to think ahead. Let us be prepared. Every time we're seeing cases in different countries, it's somebody who traveled in. All right, somebody traveled in, someone was from a festival, and like I said, human to human, transmission. This might be the next foreigner, or the next guest, the next Kenyan back home. And we're looking at the vaccine that now I don't know, different countries have come out with a vaccine. I don't know if it is tested, tried, if it is working. And are you considering it as a medical fraternity to actually have it in Kenya by any chance?
Yes. Okay, the vaccine which is being used is the one, basically they built on the vaccine which was used on smallpox. Like I mentioned, they are very close similarity, and actually they're in the same classification. Okay. So the vaccine which was used, it's the one which they are using, and even they improved on it, and it has been shown so far. It has been shown to bring about control of the spread of this infection to those people who are vaccinated. And also the age groups of people who are like 40 to 50 years currently are the one who are assumed to have received the smallpox vaccination. Okay. And in that population, we've not seen much cases arising from them. So basically, prevention is my message today. Reducing the risk of human-to-human transmission, reducing the risk of getting the infection from the animals, and also restriction of things like animal trade and interaction. Basically.
The question I would ask right now is who is at the high risk? Who is, because I remember the elderly when it was, I'm trying to relate this with what we have experienced, what is familiar. Smallpox, chickenpox, I think the younger children, I don't know if I'm correct, but when you're looking at monkeypox, is there any age group really that we would say is at high risk?
The high risk is, of course, we have to begin with vulnerable people with underlying conditions. That basically means your immunity is not like other people who don't have any underlying condition. And also, like I mentioned earlier, people who are below 40 years, most of us were not vaccinated against smallpox. So meaning we are also at a risk. But people who are at a higher risk, healthcare workers, those who are managing these patients with smallpox, and also people living in close proximity or interacting with them are also in danger. And also people eating like meat products which are not properly cooked are also at a risk of being infected with this virus. Yes. So we have to reduce the risk by doing the things which I've mentioned.
Truth is, we do not know when it gets to hit the country. We remain positive, but thank you very much for giving us that analysis. Once again, I want to allow you then to, give us your closing-ish, closing-ish remarks on,
Yes.
your overview on the current situation. Really, like we have said, it was existent in certain countries until it started to, show or be identified in countries where we hardly, scientists say they would not predict whatsoever. So I want to hear from where you sit as we close with your expertise. What would be your closing remarks on this situation?
All right, thank you. For me, I'll just look at it from the preventive aspect of it because that's where our weakness is. So we should, first of all, I'll like to address on the issue of rumors and myths and wrong information. We should seek to get information from sources which are reliable.
Okay.
So trust sources for us to avoid spreading rumors and false information. And then we should also not forget about the preventive measures, which we basically mostly saw during the COVID pandemic. And those are most of those measures actually are the ones which are taken or used in pandemics. This one has been seen to be a pandemic because it's spreading it's spreading across different regions where especially it was never seen before. And therefore we should not put our guard down. Let's be vigilant and know that infectious diseases actually can be prevented. Yeah, thank you.
They can be prevented. One last question. You are therefore confirming that this far, there is no real cause of alarm, not anywhere near Kenya?
Yes, so far I can confirm that from as of today morning. I don't know how the days goes by, but as of today morning, I can confirm that the risk is not yet with us, but we should be vigilant.
All right, we should be vigilant. Now, allow me once again to give this highlighted story on the monkeypox by, of course, our reporter who took, some, look at what then monkeypox really would be. I'll come back with Dr. if any other questions arise from this short compilation, saying concerns are growing over the resurfacing of monkeypox, a viral disease that is caused by rodents and transmitted from either animals to human or a contaminated human to another. After a number of cases have been confirmed, several Western African countries as well as other nations, Shalini Mwende took in to really understand what then is the situation in the healthcare right now. Take a look at this story. We come back with Dr. to end the conversation.
Since early May 2022, many countries in Europe as well as Australia and the United States have reported an increasing number of monkeypox cases, a disease that is raising concern across the world. What exactly is there to know about the virus? Monkeypox is a viral disease that has been termed as a cousin to smallpox that was first discovered in monkeys that were under research back in 1958, while the first human case was identified in a child in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, in 1970. It is either transmitted from animals, specifically rodents, to humans, or from a contaminated human to another. In humans, it is communicable via body fluids, respiratory droplets, and contaminated material. The symptoms of monkeypox are more similar to those of smallpox, such as back pain, muscle pain, rashes, small bumps, blisters, scabs, or scars on the skin, fever, chills, headache, and vomiting. The symptoms appear 5 to 21 days within infection and can last up to 2 to 4 weeks. Monkeypox can be prevented through avoidance of contact with animals within monkeypox-prone areas, contact with infected people, and isolation of monkeypox patients. Even with the similarity between both viruses, the main difference is that monkeypox comes with the development of lymph nodes, which are non-existent in smallpox patients. The virus is said to affect the younger age bracket more, as opposed to the elderly in the society. African countries which have been affected include Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, and Cameroon, while countries outside Africa that have been affected include the United States of America, the United Kingdom, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, among others. Despite the social unrest due to monkeypox, the World Health Organization has confirmed that there is no cause for alarm, given that the chances of transmission are low. Shalin Mwende, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Thank you very much. And of course, just bringing you closer home, that so far, confirming even today, joining us virtually from Kisumu, there is no cause of alarm whatsoever, but emphasizing really on the prevention and alertness. Dr. Wycliffe Moracha, who is joining us virtually, is a tropical travel and infectious disease specialist. Dr. if someone wants to find out more about what exactly monkeypox is, how do we reach you on social media?
I didn't get the last point of the
How do we reach you on social media? Somebody is not satisfied with this conversation. They need to do a follow-up. How do we reach you on social media?
You can reach me on social media via my contact. So you have my contact there. You can display it, I believe. Should I mention the name?
Yeah, are you on Twitter, Facebook? Ama tukuja tu Kisumu.
Kuja Kisumu.
All right, you have actually broken the record, sir.
I'm on Twitter and also Facebook. I go by the name Wycliffe Moracha. You can find me there. You can reach me and ask further questions. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much for your time. We hope to have you again the more we continue to discuss about monkeypox. Asante sana.
Thank you very much.
All right, now that's it for the big conversation. Please continue to, of course, send in and channel in your concerns and questions as far as monkeypox is concerned. To Look Up TV across all platforms, DM, the social media, fraternity will continue to link you with the right experts on the same. We come back with another exciting segment right here on The Morning Drift, and that is the Culture Umbrella. Up next.
To grow your business, broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries, then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542
700-893-542
or email us on sales@look-up.tv.
Get a chance to wake up as a tourist as you view Mount Kenya every day by buying a plot of land at Wema Gardens, Naru Moru. At only 400 meters off tarmac, this is the right place to build your dream home, cottages or holiday homes. You can also buy this property to give to your children as a special inheritance. Water and electricity are in the vicinity, while neighbors are already building their homes. These plots are specially ready for you with title deeds scheduled to be out in 6 months. Buy a 50 by 100 plot of land at Wema Gardens for only 399,000 Kenya shillings. You can also pay for your plot through our friendly 1-year installments plan.
They're inspiring possibility. We
Yeah.
Are you looking to turn your passion to purpose? Vera Beauty and Fashion College now brings you online classes at the comfort of your home. We are a TVET-approved institution with over 20 years experience in training competency-based courses in fashion design and creative arts, cosmetology, hairdressing, beauty therapy, interior design in soft furnishings, event decoration and flower arrangement, hospitality and catering, and training of trainers. To enroll, call us today on 0704 577 577 or visit our website at www.verabeautycollege.com. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a center of excellence.
Help me identify a beautiful woman. I never came across one till I got to Vera.
Welcome to Look Up Guest House Retreat and Prayer Center. When you first come in, we will be happy to receive you at our reception, then proceed to our cozy and well-equipped accommodation facilities. We aim to provide our guests with a unique, comfortable, and worthwhile experience. Here at Look Up Guest House, we provide our guests with a continuous supply of room amenities. A cool environment for all your retreat activities.
Look Up Guest House Retreat and Prayer Center. For reservation, contact us on info@lookupguesthouse.org or call us on 0746 788 707. Like, follow, subscribe, click the notification button. Join the Look Up TV movement now. Now.
All right, there you go. Welcome to the Culture Umbrella. It is another beautiful Wednesday morning. I want to take a look at one of the most exciting, of course, cultures, and everyone enjoys the wedding ceremonies. Now, today I'm taking it deeper into the Bantu dowry and wedding ceremony. You also, the Ugandans, celebrating a Kenyan man who was able to actually fight for a refund after a divorce. Now, we'll highlight that story at the end of the show, but the Bantus are among the largest languages, or rather language groups in Kenya. They are divided into different tribes such as the Agikuyu, the Akamba, Ameru, Embu, Kisi, Luya, just to mention but a few. And these tribes differ, of course, when it comes to traditions and ceremonies such as wedding, circumcision, and burial. And today we take a look at the Agikuyu, Akamba, and Ameru dowry and wedding ceremony, the process they undergo before one is officially married. So I'm going to cue in first one of the Akamba wedding ceremonies. Take a look and I'll tell you more shortly after this. Enjoy.
Sasa tumakunangia kama sio